From the historic desk, Ankara, Brutalism, and Other Ways to Kill a Vibe. How Atatürk's Bauhaus fever dream gave Turkey the sweatiest capital on earth. Right, so shut up and listen. It's the 1920s, and Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, part revolutionary genius, part Raki-fueled walking hangover, had just booted the last dusty sultan out of Istanbul and told the whole crumbling Ottoman past to go fuck itself with a rusty scimitar. Now he needed a new capital. Something clean, something modern, something that didn't have 1,000 years of imperial baggage and the lingering smell of eunuchs. He chose Ankara, a dusty goat-and-nothing town in the middle of goddamn nowhere, a place whose primary export was boredom. Now, Kemal, bless his dictatorial heart, had a massive, throbbing erection for Western secularism. He looked at the gentle domes, the sexy, slender minarets, and the cozy, chaotic courtyards of Ottoman architecture and, according to a probably forged bar tab from 1925, declared, "It's all too round. The future is square." So he gets on the big old presidential telephone to Germany and hires some miserable bastard fresh out of the Bauhaus. Let's call him Walter Gropius's less talented, more rectilinear cousin, Dieter von Stiffmeister. Dieter arrives in Anatolia with a suitcase full of manifestos and a single terrifying idea: the international style. Glass, steel, concrete, flat roofs, buildings as gleaming white boxes for rational living. It was the architectural equivalent of unseasoned boiled potatoes. Atatürk fucking loved it. He saw von Stiffmeister's blueprints, these crystalline cubes and stark, right-angled government ministries, and basically jizzed his jodhpurs. "Build it," he roared. "Build a city so logical it makes God himself file for a zoning variance." And so they did. They poured metric shit tons of concrete onto the steppe. Gigantic glass-walled apartment blocks shimmered into existence, designed to house the new, secular Turkish bureaucrat. There was just one tiny, insignificant, easily overlooked problem. Von Stiffmeister, in his Teutonic wisdom, had apparently never heard of a little thing called the sun, or Anatolian summer, or what happens to a glass box when you leave it in a 105-degree parking lot for 8 hours. The entire city of Ankara became a continent-sized solar oven. The Grand National Assembly's all-glass facade reportedly melted a flock of sheep at 100 paces. The perfectly white apartment blocks for the new elite became unlivable heat traps where privacy went to die. Everyone could see everyone else's business, from cheating on their spouses to picking their noses. The rational, open-plan living spaces were a disaster. As one apocryphal civil servant, San Belghesi, supposedly wrote in his diary, "My balls are sweating to the leather of the Wassily chair. I can see my neighbour, the Minister of Agriculture, attempting to churn butter in the nude." Herr von Stiffmeister calls this a machine for living. It is a terrarium for watching your soul bake. The Turks, being an infinitely practical people, immediately started a black market in curtains, illegal awnings, and unauthorized exterior walls made of mud and whatever else was lying around. The secular utopia became a chaotic, sweltering, gloriously livable mess. The Germans fumed, the Turks shrugged and fired up another kebab stand on a pristine concrete plaza, and Atatürk was probably too drunk to notice. The whole experiment just proved that you can't force people to live in a spreadsheet, no matter how much you yell at them. Filed by Vermilion Okafor Quinn for Historic. And that concludes today's broadcast. If this dispatch has left you itching to rewrite history yourself, visit historic.com. The editors are standing by, the ink is still wet, and the phonograph horn has been known to favor a newcomer.